and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Crystal, the owner at Rockwell Kennels.
I'm Miranda.
This is my daughter. She's my helper. The purpose of this video is to answer some questions that are frequently asked about how we operate and just kind of general questions about the kennel itself. First of all, we run our kennel from our home. This is our home property. We live here. We also are a farm. We have all sorts of animals. So we have cats, and we have a pony, and a pig, and turkeys.
And chickens.
Lots of chickens.
And goats.
And a bunny. And of course we have our own dogs.
Yes.
They're in the house though. So we are a family run business. It is primarily me. If you are messaging me or texting or calling, you are talking to me. I have no employees until this one gets a little older. Maybe she'll start answering the phone too. But until then, it's just me. We also have an older son, Riley, who sometimes comes outside and helps out a little bit, but not very often. He's more into the video games. But we are very outdoor oriented people, so we really enjoy what we do out here. If we're not with the dogs, then we're outside with our farm animals and just enjoying the outdoors. We also homeschool, so the kids are here with me 24/7, and they help out a ton because of that, which is awesome. We are open a specific set of times throughout the day and the week, but we are by appointment only. So that means you have to tell me when you're coming. My day revolves around when a dog is coming and when a dog is going home. I cannot leave if there is someone saying they're coming or saying they're dropping off, because
So what she's saying is, if you tell her a time and you come earlier or later, then she might not be there.
I might not be ready for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do have to do things on my own. I have to accomplish things. If we have to run to the store, we have to run to the bank or the gas station or something, there's no one here to cover me. It is just me. So that is a super important part of this. So I schedule things on actual time frames and hope that everyone follows suit. And sometimes if I have a very busy day, say Fridays are busy days, if I have, 5, 6, 8 dogs coming all that day, I need the schedule to stay kind of the way that we planned it, because otherwise I've got all of you coming at the same time, or it's just, I can only spread myself so thin, and then everybody's waiting and their dogs are mad, and then it just kind of becomes a mess. So please be timely. As far as the kind of dogs that we take, we do not discriminate. We take any dog of any size, any age, any personality. We don't have any requirements. We take the super friendly ones, and we take the ones that try to eat us. It doesn't matter. Probably should though. The only thing that we require for the dogs is obviously their shot records. So we require what the state requires, which is the rabies and their distemper and parvo combination boosters. But what I should point out is they have to be given by a licensed vet. Some people will run to the feed store and they'll grab that parvo distemper shot and think it's okay that they gave it on their own. And I'm not judging. I mean, sure, it's okay for you to do that at home, but I cannot legally accept that unless it was given by a licensed vet, just simply because that's our state law. Other than that, the only thing you have to bring is their food, and we ask that they have on a collar with tags would be preferable. So their collar and a leash. Now, if you would also like to bring
A bed, a blanket, or any toys that they play with,
Yes.
can bring that too. Or any tools.
Yep, if you got special stuff you want them to have, then there's plenty of room. You can bring whatever you want. And if you have a puppy, please bring those things. Please don't bring your puppy without toys and treats and that sort of stuff. That happens a lot. We do have backups, but not that many. Yeah.
Not as many as it should have.
Yeah. Rundown of what we do throughout the day. We start our day in the kennel. Like, I roll out of bed and I go to the kennel. We normally are done with morning routine by about 9, I would say, 9-ish. So we have to make sure everyone gets out, everyone has their bathroom time, stretch the legs and get breakfast, clean up any messes, all of that. Once that's over, next potty time's around noon, and then we kind of just do it all over again, and then we go again around 5, and then again around 9 o'clock. So there are 4 separate times that we get everybody out, bathroom breaks, walks, whatever we need to do. It's plenty of exercise, plenty of outside time, so we are not shoving dogs in kennels and leaving them there all day long kind of thing. That is not how we work around here. When we do take walks, we have, it's about a quarter of a mile we walk. We do go around our pastures where our livestock is, so they get to see all sorts of things. Some people are excited about that, other people's are people's. Other people can be worried if they think their dog is aggressive and will have that problem. Honestly, we don't have a problem with it ever. If I have a dog that I absolutely cannot control, then I probably won't walk it because it's not safe for me or the dog or anything in our path. So the majority, I don't have any issues. I think, there's maybe like 2 or 3 dogs that I can't physically walk. It's not that many. And that's out of like probably 400 dogs that I've had in the past couple of years. Probably more, yeah. So it's not really an issue for us. Also, with the aggressive dogs, I know some people worry when I warn them not to pet dogs when they come in to drop off their own. There is no interaction between your dog and someone else's dog. The only interaction they have is sniffing through a gate. It's not allowed in this state. They cannot interact unless they're from the same
Even
household.
if it was allowed with someone.
Right, yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable doing that because it's very dangerous. You don't know the personality of each dog unless you've had
And how
them many
they'll
times.
react.
Yes, and some dogs just don't get along, so it can be kind of crazy to just put random dogs together like that. So that's not something we do here. If you have multiple dogs in your household, you have 2 or 3 dogs, then yes, obviously they can play together all they want if they are good with that here. So the basics of our actual kennel, our name is actually Rockwell Kennels. We are sitting in our smaller kennel right now that was built for cats when we first started. We have stopped taking cats because it just wasn't cost effective, and I have so many more dogs than I ever had cats. So this building has actually seen many more dogs than cats. Yes, tiny little toy breeds, it sees them all day. But our main building for our dogs is 9 kennels. We have 9 kennels in our big building.
And 2 of them are bigger ones.
Yep. 2 of the kennels, I refer to them as our double kennels, and they are approximately 6 by 12 in size. They very easily hold 2 or 3 very large dogs. Our other regular size kennels are about 5 by 6, so they are also very large. The kennels themselves have steel gates, so they are very, very sturdy gates, and we do not have any kind of fencing as our dividers. We actually have solid block walls dividing all of the kennels. So no dogs are actually seeing each other and bumping noses as they're side by side. So that kind of helps as far as the stress level goes. The building, both buildings are heated and cooled, so they are temperature controlled year round. They have concrete flooring. There's no way for anybody to get out. So they are very secure buildings. We have a security system through them, fire alarm system. As of right now, we do not have any indoor-outdoor runs. That is in the works. We have plans for add-ons and lots of changes in the future. But right now it's just simply kennel, take the dog out, and that's it. There's no doors to go in and out. We have I think it's close to like 50 by 50 outdoor play yard that we let everybody run in and out of just fine, and that works really good. We love that thing because some dogs are just not good on a leash. Yeah. Some dogs are actually scared to go to the bathroom on a leash if they're not used to it. Biggest concern, people are always worried, is my dog gonna be okay? Which is legit. I would be worried too. I can't remember the last time I left my dog anywhere though. We don't get to leave very often. Anywho, what was I saying? So when you are worried about if your dog is going to be okay, you can call me. You can text me, whatever.
And we also send pictures.
And I send updates. So we take photos, we give you updates, we send text messages, make phone calls, whatever you need to do to know that everything is okay, because I get it. One of the most common things that happen, especially for first-time dogs, if they've never been boarded before, a lot of them will not want to eat, and that is okay because
That is normal.
pretty much all of them do it. It's just they get a little stressed out and they don't care about their food. And I know some people freak out when they're dropping them off and they try to give them a snack and they won't take it and they're like, oh my gosh. But it's normal. It happens all the time. So we kind of have a little bit of a routine that we go through when a dog doesn't want to eat.
If he doesn't eat for about 2 days, we put some soft food in it of water.
Yeah, we try to moisten it just with water first. That works pretty often, actually.
It works.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, then we have other little tricks. We've got fish oil and soft food if we need to put a spoonful in. Whatever we need to do to get them to eat. But if your dog is only staying for a couple of days, we're not going to push it because it's not going to hurt them. It could, yeah.
It's not gonna do it.
Yeah, it won't be helpful for us to force them to eat if they're only here for a couple of days. Now, some dogs that I'm gonna have for several days at a time, then yes, then we'll start to do those little tricks to try to get them to jumpstart. But eventually they're gonna eat. I've never had a dog not eat past what, like 2-3 days? It just doesn't happen. So that is gonna be okay if I update you and I say they're not touching their food yet. It's a lot of people question if I accept dogs that are not spayed or neutered. That is not one of our requirements. Another huge question is, what if my dog doesn't get along with the other dogs? But we've gone over that already. They don't play with the other dogs, so that concern doesn't matter. It won't matter. Another common thing that happens, especially with the first-time dogs, is they get the nervous poops. Very common. Like, this happens 2 or 3 times a week here, and it just happens all the time. They get nervous, they get the poos, and it's not a big issue, but if they get it so bad that they're irritating their bowels and start having issues in the kennel and not just outside, then we will intervene. We have
Pumpkin.
we use puree pumpkin, and we have an easier digestion food that we can give, and if it's really bad, then we have an anti-diarrheal liquid also that we can use. Obviously I contact you and tell you that that's the case if that happens. But like I said, it's extremely common, so don't panic if that happens as well. Also, if you know they have a sensitive stomach or they have ever had issues with nervous diarrhea in the past, it wouldn't hurt for you to just bring an easy digestion food that you've used in the past. Just bring some with you just in case we need to use it. I have some dogs who have actual anxiety. I mean the kind that needs to be medicated. And most customers know that their dog is this way, so they bring the medication with them, and I am very grateful for that. Some do not know. Maybe because they've just never seen that side of the dog because they've never been in this situation. If we have that kind of reaction, then I would definitely recommend you asking your vet for an anxiety medication for their next stay, or if they go anywhere else. It would definitely benefit the dog, it benefits the boarding facility, because you don't want them stressed out that much. Some dogs just don't do well here, so, and we tell you. If we know they're not doing well, then we will tell you. If you are going to be gone for quite a while and you don't normally divvy out your food, if your dog just eats freely throughout the day, it is best to bring extra food, because I don't know how many times I've had to run to the store and grab more food because sometimes you just don't realize how much your dog eats. And there's been many times where they've dropped off, I see the container of food, and I instantly know that's probably not going to be enough. So if you think it's enough, add a couple more scoops. All right, so hopefully that answered most of your questions. If you have any more, feel free to leave a comment on here or message us or whatever you need to do. Thanks for watching our little intro here. We're gonna use this channel for information on the kennel, probably some entertainment, and yeah, so hope you enjoy.
Learning a new dog stuff. Bye. I love dogs.